And now, ladies and gentlemen, the man we've all been waiting for. And waiting for. Would you welcome home, please, television's brightest new star, the legendary, inspirational, the one and only king of comedy.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Last Exit to Brooklyn. Tom McCaffrey. Thanks for tuning in, listening. Please rate and review this podcast if you haven't already. Please subscribe. Please leave comments. We really like those if they're good. Just checking out how I look. Okay, a lot of things going on. I've been watching the SCOTUS nominee hearings with Amy Coney Barrett. I guess it's Coney with an N. It's pretty amazing to watch because she just never answers any questions. I think they asked her today, they were like, yeah, would you say it would be illegal to what did she say? Would you say that it would be illegal to delay the election? And I think that's like in the that's in the Constitution. And she's just like, I don't know. I really don't want to take a stance on that. I don't want to give my opinion. They basically just keep asking exactly what Trump is going to have her do immediately. Like they're like, so do you think that it should be legal that they don't let people vote and that they have armed guards there to scare people into not voting? I don't want to take a stance on that. It's just hilarious. Like they'd be like, so can you tell us what time it is? I really don't want to take a stance on that because I really would need to know more about the situation when I'm in it. Yeah, no, just tell me what time it is right now. I don't I don't have a watch. I don't subscribe to that. I wish I could do that. Imagine because basically when you break it down, this is her job interview. Imagine if you just tried to do that. Imagine if I just tried to do that at my job interview. Like I was being interviewed and they're like, so tell me about the last job you had. Yeah, I really don't feel comfortable taking a stance on that. Okay, well, can you tell me why you had a gap in your employment for 5 years? I really, really don't feel comfortable answering things. Yeah, but this is a job interview. I know. I don't want to take a stance. So if you had this job, what would you bring to it? You know what? I can't really speculate things I would do in the future. You know, like a hypothetical. I need to be in the situation to know what I would bring to the job. Okay, so you went to law school. Where'd you go to law school? I don't feel comfortable saying. Yeah, you're not going to get this job. Really? Why not? You're not answering things. Whatever. This is bullshit. Donald Trump wants me to work here. I know, but we're hiring you. Whatever. That's my impression of everybody, pretty much. So I guess now I've been watching. First, I was just watching Trump, and he's having rallies. I don't know, even if you like his policies or something, when I watch him, it's just sickening. I don't see the appeal of anything, anything about it. I guess to me, he's kind of like, country music or something. Or just like, how does anyone like this? People like this? Not even country music. I don't want to shit on country music because there's some pretty good country music songs. I don't know, polka. It's kind of like watching, or it's kind of like those Saw movies. They kept making Saw movies like Saw 9. And people are like, yeah, it's great. I have to go see it. Yeah. Really? Why are people into it? I don't know. They just keep sawing people up. It's really amazing. Are people going to see, this is a, total tangent, but I mean, they keep making Saw movies. I mean, are people going to them and being surprised anymore? Like, oh man, that was great. I didn't know that was going to happen. Where he set up traps and he murdered them. That was so awesome. I didn't see that coming at all. You just want to just keep seeing the same things. I guess people are just comfortable watching. But anyway, I was just watching a rally that he was doing, and it's so funny, no social distancing. Everyone's just standing right next to each other. But he made this comment. He's like, hey, I'm about to say something, and most of you aren't going to know what I'm talking about. But you don't need to buy new pumps. You know, you don't have to spend millions of dollars on pumps. And the crowd didn't even know how to react. They didn't. I could just tell they didn't know. I don't know what that means. And I'd never seen that before, a political rally where you're basically making comments about things that no one understands. Like, hey, thanks for coming out to this political rally. Yeah, the election's in 19 days. Hey, here's something I'm going to say. Only 3 of you are going to understand this. This is for the 3 of you out there. That's like if I did stand-up at Madison Square Garden, and I was like, hey, you guys, I know there's 10,000 of you here, but, you know, just only a few of you are going to get this. What's the deal with Steve, right? They'd be like, yeah, we don't know what that means. I know you don't know him, and no one knows. I just thought this would be a good thing to open with. Things that no one can relate to. And then there's like video of him dancing. The thing is so funny. I mean, Biden's is ahead, but it's one of those things where it's like, they're like, oh, he's up 8 points. I'm like, how is he only up 8 points? That's it? That's like if like a 3-year-old girl was playing LeBron James and it was like, oh yeah, no, he's up by 8. 8? Yeah, she has 43. How? What? I don't know. She's just she shouldn't have any points. She's really bad. I know, but LeBron's gonna win, but barely. That doesn't make sense. That's the scariest part, just that like Biden is barely ahead. Like, I guarantee you, if Donald Trump literally like, I don't know, shot someone on Fifth Avenue, he wouldn't lose any supporters. He's well past that at this point, but he could just like nuke half the country and people, and like he would still be at like 33%. Whatever. I like his policies. Yeah, he nuked your entire family. I know. I just, policies. I feel like that's what people say when they don't know anything about what's going on. Why do you like Trump? Policies. What are his policies? He yells at everyone and he's mean and he comes up with funny names. Taxes. A lot of people like taxes. Really? How much do you make a year? $50,000. Yeah, that's not going to affect you. It's not going to cut it's for millionaires. Yeah, just like policies. I was thinking about this the other day. I really like, I grew up in the 80s and I really get into old sitcoms. Well, I'm about to make a reference, but that's not 80s. Well, one thing I will say, I miss the old 80s sitcoms. They were very different than TV now. Well, first of all, there's not TV anymore, like the sitcoms of now. But there was a funny thing that would happen in the 80s a lot, where there would be a sitcom and it would be on for years, and it would establish the genre of what it was. Like it would be a comedy, like a family comedy, and then like one week it would just take like a complete left turn and not be a comedy for a week, and just kind of be out of nowhere. It'd be like this funny light family comedy for 4 years. And then you turn it on and one episode, like someone was being raped. I'm not laughing at it, but like, like Diff'Rent Strokes, they kept doing that where it was like, it'd been on for like 4 years. Like, oh, look at this comedy. Oh yeah, it's just like, this family and they're trying to like get along, these young, poor black kids. First of all, I never understood the premise of that show because it was like Mr. Drummond was like, yeah, my maid asked me to take her 2 sons in if she died, and I did. I was like, what who does that with their maid? Who makes that kind of agreement with their maid? Thank you for cleaning the toilet. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, if I ever die, can you just take care of my family? Yes, of course I can. You waxed the floor, so of course I would raise your family. I guess he was really close with his maid. He didn't seem that close with Pearl or Mrs. Garrett. Um, I also think he was really close with them, but he always made them wear the maid outfit all the time. Hey, yeah, we're like family. Hey, put on that maid outfit. I don't want you getting the wrong idea. Yeah, I'll raise your family for you, but don't forget you're a maid. Put on the maid outfit, maid. Remember they used to do that? This is what I was going to go to. And this goes into the theme I was talking about before, where like a sitcom would just, like a family sitcom would just take a left turn. The analogy I'm going to make is basically this is what I feel like people who support Trump are like, because I feel like a lot of people that support Trump don't think, like, they see the horrible things he does to people, and like locking kids in cages basically, and trying to take away everyone's health care, and just lying, and all the other things, and acting in concert with foreign powers and praising dictators, and but people, whenever he does these horrible things, people I think are like, oh, it's so funny, he fucks those people over. Yeah, but the thing is, like, people who are horrible and do horrible things, like, they're going to do the horrible thing to you eventually. You're not going to get out. You're not going to get off scot-free. Like, a horrible person isn't going to discriminate. It's kind of like when you date someone who like if you start dating someone while they have a boyfriend or a husband, and then they leave that person to date you, they're going to do that to you. You're not immune to their shitty behavior. So basically what I think this is like is there was an old Brady Bunch episode, which was from the 70s. And in the episode, Bobby Brady, the youngest one, for some reason loves Jesse James. And he writes like a report on Jesse James about how great he is. And then the teacher like calls the parents, and he's like, hey, or I don't know if the teacher's a man or woman. He's like, yeah, I'm really concerned. Bobby's writing an essay about his hero, and it's Jesse James. I gave him a bad grade, and his parents try to convince him that Jesse James was a shitty person, and he's like, no, man, he's the greatest. This is my Bobby Brady impression. No, man, he was the greatest. You don't understand Jesse. People don't understand what Jesse was like. And they try to show him a movie where Jesse James is doing all these horrible things, but they like cut everything out of the movie, I guess. And so he still thinks Jesse James is great. And then they bring in this old guy who's basically like, oh, Jesse James killed my family. And Bobby's like, whatever. And then Bobby has a dream that night that he's on a train with his family. And Jesse James hijacks the train and just kills his whole family in front of him. And again, this is just like, I think this show was on at like 8:00 on, Thursdays. Families watching, and then basically like, oh yeah, in this episode the Bradys are getting murdered by Jesse James. That's kind of what I think. And then finally Bobby doesn't like him. So I think that's what's going on. I like with Trump, I think a lot of people are like, it's funny when it's not happening to you, but when you are finally screwed over, then you're going to be like, wait a minute, and I guess it's already happened. I think it's just people just don't understand things. Like, I think people like the whole Supreme Court justice, lifetime appointment. I think people are just like, I don't even know what that means. And then they're going to be like, oh yeah, Roe v. Wade, that's over. Oh, really? Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, no, it's because of that guy that you thought was so great. Oh, really? I'm going to go to the doctor. Yeah, no, you can't do that anymore. Why not? Oh, that guy remember that guy you thought was so funny because he made fun of everyone? Yeah, he fucked your whole life. Yeah, but taxes and policies. Yeah, you make $10,000 a year, so good luck. Man, I guess I was dumb. I mean, I guess it goes back to the whole thing of, first of all, I think it's so funny. Like, some people aren't going to vote in this election. What do you do if you're not voting in this election? What are you doing? I don't know. It's kind of like reminds me of when the OJ trial was happening, and I think they were interviewing jurors, and someone was like, "Yeah, I've never heard of this case." They lived in Los Angeles. Really? That's weird. Yeah, no, I've never heard of OJ Simpson. What's going on with that? Oh, yeah, it's like the news. Yeah, it's on that all the time, and you can't turn on the TV or look at the paper without seeing anything about it. That's kind of like being like, "Hey, do you like basketball?" I don't know what basketball is, but I've never heard of that. Really? What about pants? I've never heard of pants. I guess if you're just like really, you're so out of it. I guess you could just be on drugs. Maybe that's why or you're just watching the Kardashians. That's why you wouldn't vote. The other thing I love is they're not doing as much anymore, but the Trump administration, they're always touting that they're for law and order. Like this is some stance they're taking. So it's like, yeah, we're for law and order. It's like, yeah, it's like they say like no one else is for that. You know what I mean? Like it's not like the other side's like, the other side's like, yeah, no, we're for that too. Everyone's for that, unless you're just insane. I mean, unless you're like an anarchist. But I mean, the Democratic Party, they're acting like, hey, they don't like law and order. Hey, you guys, we're for chaos and violence. That's what we're all about. Fuck this law and order bullshit. It's kind of like if they we are against shooting handicapped people in the face. Not like those guys. They love that. The other side's like, no, I don't like that either. Yeah. No, you like it. This is what we're for, not shooting handicapped people. I just love how they're trying to act like, they're going to protect you. You need to be safe from Biden's America. Look how horrible. I mean, I guess this is a point, a lot of people have made. Look how horrible things are. This is what it's going to be like. We're going to keep you safe. Yeah, no, you're president right now. I'm going to keep you safe from this. Look at this horrible stuff. That's like if I was dating someone. Hey, you should keep dating me. You should date me because you're this. Whoever you're dating now is, keeps stealing all your money. Yeah, I'll stop. I'm going to protect you from someone who steals your money. Yeah, no, I'm dating you right now. Yeah, I know. And you're stealing my money. Yeah, but you should date me now. I do date you now. Yeah, but your money's gone now from dating. I know, because I'm dating you. Whatever, I'm for law and order. What are you going to do, date that other guy? He deleted some emails. Come on. What are you talking about? I know, but he's not insane. Keep hearing about the stock market. Sometimes I wonder if Trump even knows how the stock market works. I think because I don't think he really understands complex things. But I mean, I don't know how the stock market works. I mean, I do know how it works, but it's amazing to me. Like, I guess I don't understand the whole concept of like what makes it go up and down, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand it, but they just won't admit it. They'd just be like, oh God, the Dow is down, because Donald Trump said something, and I pretend like I know. Oh yeah, I guess that's what happens. A random thing happens and it affects the stock market in 10 minutes. They're like, and I'm like, well, why did that happen? Oh, well, Trump said something about he's gonna shoot someone in the face. Yeah, so I guess people aren't spending money anymore. Is that what happens? He says something stupid like, yeah, I hate Obama. You should indict him. I love how that's also where he is now. Like he's just given up on, trying to sell any kind of a platform or anything he's going to do. It's just like, hey, you should indict Obama. Why? I don't like him. Okay, well, what are you gonna do for the American people? I don't know. Just get rid of Obama. Yeah. Why does that why does that matter? He's a jerk. Okay, I don't have any food and a job, and I can't go outside. Are you gonna do anything about that? Yeah, well, yeah. Let's get Hillary Clinton's emails out there. The fuck is with those emails? Pompeo said he's gonna release the email. I mean, why? First of all, why? Why is this a thing? And everyone just goes along with anything he demands. It's fucking scary. I'm actually terrified of this election. Like it's been stressful, but it's not even like it's because this one is huge. I mean, it's like these people who voted from the other time. I mean, it's just like I don't know. Do people understand the gravity of it now? Like it was like voting from the first time. I was just like letting like a whole like a crazy person into your apartment for the weekend, and then you come home and he's changed the locks and he's squatting, and you're like, whoa, wait, why did I let that crazy guy in there? I don't know. I don't know. Why did you do that? I don't know. I guess I kind of regret that. He's brought a bunch of viruses, and there's a bunch of fires in there, and he's taken away my health care and locked my kids in cages. Yeah, I don't. That was not a good idea. I guess we should get rid of him. Yeah, now it's too late because he's already in there, and he's not playing by the rules. He's in your house now. He is kind of like one of those guys, that happens a lot. These tenants that work the system where they're complete frauds and scam artists, and they move in somewhere and they know the laws and they just won't pay the rent. They know that they can't leave. They know that you can't get them to leave until you get a lawsuit. You have to get you have to file a lawsuit to get them out. So yeah, there was something else I was going to say about that, but I guess that's it. All right, this is gonna be a short one. Thanks for tuning in, and we're actually gonna. I'll be back with Eric tomorrow with a guest that's gonna be a good guest. So, last exit to Brooklyn. Like I said, rate and review, and please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.